parental stress, because the parents also expect something from the students. Whatever that they haven't achieved, they try to impose it on the students. Then comes the next stage. Oh, do not go there. So what is the child listening again and again? Do not do it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our new episode of podcast. I'm Sneh, your host for the day. It is an honor that we do have Dr. Shukla as our guest. Before sharing her profile, I would want to admire her by saying she is a protein stylist who can move from blues to blazes and grand symphony. She is born and brought up in Mumbai. She is a clinical hypnotherapist, life coach, IELTS trainer, tarot card reader, color therapist, astrologer, numerologist, theta healer. She conducts workshops on personality development, interview skills, body language. She is practicing it more than 25 years. She is running her own institute under the name Essay Academy. She has treated so many people and students who are successful and well settled in their own life. So, Dr. Shukla ma'am, she is going to talk about stress or pressure of the education system on the students. So, ma'am, here are like few questions out there that I would like to ask you. How would you describe the current state of the education system? Can you share an insight about the experiences and perspectives of the students dealing with academic stress?
Well, this is a very beautiful question. Basically, what happens these days? There is a lot of competition happening. Uh, may it be in any field, like competition related to scoring high, competition related to being the best in the class, competition being related to any area. So there is a lot of stress on the students, and this particular stress takes a toll on the health of the students. So we need to counsel the students. We need to guide them properly. So basically, if I say that stress, how it affects the student, it really affects very badly.
Yes, ma'am, because we can see these days like competition is everywhere and they do suffering from stress. So how do you think the academic expectations affect student mental health? And what about the expectations coming from parents and society?
Well, as I told you, that the stress is given by definitely the atmosphere in the school, because they want to always be successful, they want to excel in their field. Second factor is the parental stress, because the parents also expect something from the students. Whatever that they haven't achieved, they try to impose it on the students. And also they have expectations from the students. Why? Because like in the society, they want to feel good about it. They want to say to the society, to the relatives, that look here, my student, my child, he has scored 90%, or he is so in such and such field. Second factor is the parents. They actually force the students to select a particular stream, despite knowing the fact that the student is not interested in that particular field. Just to impress the society, impress the relatives, they ask their child to take admission in a particular stream. So now that child who is not accustomed to the particular stream or the subject, and he doesn't like that subject, so can you imagine the stress that child will have, because he has to cope up with that particular subject which he doesn't know.
No.
Right. So that becomes really difficult for the student or the child to actually cope up the stress. So eventually what happens is either he loses interest. Secondly, maybe he may score less. Now again, if he scores less in a subject, here again there will be pressure. The parents will put pressure on them. So yeah, overall it's like the student who is always in stress and pressure.
So, ma'am, how we can change the such kind of mentality of parents?
There are certain factors. What I feel personally, because I've been doing this since many years, so I counsel the parents. I tell them that look here, you need to understand what is important for the students.
Yes.
You cannot just impose any particular stream for the students. Maybe a child wants to do maybe engineering, and you tell the child to do MBBS. So can you see the field, total different field?
Opposite, yes.
And the parents, they are not aware of the educational the whatever that thing is going on, like what is good for them, what is not good for them, they are not upgraded. So they need to be counseled that yeah, such particular skills are important for such kind of students. And you also have to understand that you have to consider the interest of the student or the child. That way, say, see, take an example. So for example, if I love making chapati, all right, I love cooking. So if you give me a task to cook food, I will do best in that, right? But if I do not love cooking, and if you tell me, you give me the task of cooking, will I be able to cook well? No. Same applies to the education. Same applies to the stream that the child chooses. The parents have to be aware of the interest of the student. Secondly, what is the demand of the current society? That means how a particular stream can give success to the child. So this is very important.
So, ma'am, parents are like they have failed to get to know about their kids' interest.
Yes, yes, because as I told you, they are not aware, they are not upgraded by the current demands and what is important currently.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Even I'm being a mother, I would like to implement such things.
Yes, yes,
So
sure.
my next question is: academic stress can have a significant impact on students' mental health. It is important for us to understand the common challenges that students face in this regard. Can you list off some?
Well, if I talk about the challenges a student face in the college, you're asking, or in the education system here in the college premises, you're asking. Well, again, there is competition. Now, say for example, I just gave you a few minutes back that supposing if a child likes to cook and you give him the task to cook, he will excel. But then if the child doesn't know cooking, doesn't like cooking, and then you have given the task of cooking. So similarly, if a child has not taken admission out of his own wish, can you imagine the pressure that he will have? Now then he has to compete with his peers. So say for example, the other student who is good in that particular subject, he will excel, and this particular child has an excel. So that is going to give him depression. That is going to lessen his morale. He will not feel confident enough to
And motivated.
and motivated. Yes. So yeah, these all things are very very important.
And we have to work.
Yes, yes.
So, ma'am,
yes.
my next question is: how does experiencing chronic stress during one's schooling years affect the long-term mental well-being?
Yeah, so the stress or the development of a child, how confident he is, how inconfident he is, it all starts from the school time. And I would say it starts when the child has not even taken admission. Right when the child is say 4 or 5 years, that from that time, how the parent brings up the child, that matters. So supposing if the again I would say that the parents are not aware and they unknowingly give stress to the child, maybe because of the house atmosphere, maybe that the parents want the child to be best among all the relatives, right?
Yes.
So unknowingly the parents, they give a lot of stress to the children. Now then comes a phase when the child goes to the nursery, kg, first, second, third. Now again there, again the parents play a major role, because the parents want the small kid to stand first in the class. So now again the parent will put pressure that okay, look here, you have to come out. They will be beaten and scolded and all that stuff. Then another factor, that when they go for a party or maybe some get together in the family, again the parent would want the child to be giving themselves the best, right? So again that pressure. So see, unknowingly what is happening is this particular child is being succumbed, is being suppressed, and he is not able to communicate, he is not able to express himself. So now this actually is added, and once when he goes to the college, that time his confidence level is already low, because all these many years what happened, he was suppressed. He was never allowed to express himself, because he was always imposed. He was said to be first in the class, he was said to be best during the get together, he was said to be dressed up well, like all sort of pressure was given to him. So once when the child grows up and he is in college,
Yes.
can you just imagine how his confidence level would be? Zero.
Zero.
Another factor very much important is, like, see, I want to say this to the parents, that parents unknowingly what they do, they always say no to the students, the children. How?
Yes.
Say, for example, if a small child, say, for example, he is a 4 or 5 years child, and he climbs maybe a table or he climbs stairs,
Yes.
and the parent being little concerned, of course, all parents are. So what the parents will, they will say that, oh, look here, do not climb, you will fall. Okay, then comes the next stage. Oh, do not go there, people will do something to you. Oh, do not do this, this will happen. So what is the child listening again and again? Do not do it.
No. Yes.
You cannot do it. You will not be able to do it. If you do it, something bad is going to happen. Now can you imagine when the child grows up and he is in maybe college, he remembers that, that no, the moment he will take the step to move ahead, he will remember that, and he will say, oh no, I think I won't be able to do it. So then that time again his confidence level is totally zero. You understand? So this is how the upbringing plays a major role.
Means they should get the good foundation from school as well, from parents side. So how can the school environment alleviate or contribute to student stress? Are there effective strategies schools can implement to prioritize mental health alongside academics?
Well, yes, this is the question I was waiting for.
Okay.
Okay, so what actually happens in school is, again, there is short time notice given by the teachers to complete the project. Okay, secondly, again, they do not even understand the mentality or maybe the type of emotions a particular student has during particular time, and they impose something on them, and they strictly say that this is the thing that you should abide by, and the student is not able to do it. So that is a pressure. He, when he'll go back to his house, he knows that if I tell this to my parents, my parents, of course, because my parents will say, see, I've given you a lot of facilities, I've given you all of the facilities, despite I'm like, if I couldn't do it also, I have given you. And then how come you are not able to do well in the class, in the school? All right,
Again, the pressure is there.
Again the pressure is there. So can you imagine, he cannot go home and say anything. He cannot tell the teachers. So here I would like to tell the teachers that they should understand, they should have this atmosphere wherein the students can openly tell the teachers that, look here, today I'm not feeling well, or today I may, or give me a day's time so that I can complete this particular project. So it is not a pressure on them. See, the teachers in the schools can make education fun, actually fun, only if they know how to do it, right? So once the student is comfortable enough, he is able to express himself, he knows that, yeah, he knows that, yeah, he's like, understood, secured. So then he can definitely, then you can see his what do you say, the result would be,
Fantastic.
fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So what the school also can do, one factor is they have to listen to them, allow them to speak, allow them to express themselves. The teachers should be considerate enough to understand their mental health, they should understand their emotional health, they should understand the reasons a child is giving, whether it is the problem of financial problem, or maybe anything else, maybe some problem in the house, they are not able to express it in the house as in the school. So the teachers should create that environment wherein the child feels comfortable. Secondly, what the teachers can do is they can have a session of meditation or a deep breathing session once in a week or once in 15 days. So that again can lower down the stress. Yeah,
It will help them out to come over from such kind of stress what
yes,
they are
absolutely.
facing.
Of course, this should be applied to the adults also, but since you have asked for the school students, so yes, this should be there.
It is like very worthful when we are getting such kind of suggestions and the words, it is like really impactful, and it is like turning me again one side that yes, you, even being a teacher, you can implement such thing in your
Yes,
own
yes,
students as well.
absolutely. One should, and
Yes.
I'm so happy that if I can, actually make a difference with one person, two-person, and one can go and make difference with to 40 persons. So it's like this.
So,
See, I remember that when I used to take this classes, I used to train the teachers. I used to train them for this. I used to train them for classroom management, and I used to tell them never hit a child, never hit a student, never scold them, never humiliate them. I remember one episode when I was treating one person. He was 45 years old, and when I took him to the past life, not past life, I was regressing him. He had some problem,
Okay.
some ailment. So when I regressed him to this life, he was in, I think, fourth standard or fifth standard,
Okay.
and the teacher had asked him to say the table of two,
Okay.
and he was, since he was not able to say it, he was asked to stand on the bench, and
Oh.
that took a toll on his health. Of course, you know what, that, okay, time went by, it was like, over and out, but then that particular trauma, that
Triggers.
particular memory was
Yes.
stored in the subconscious mind, and when he was maybe 40, 45 years,
Yes.
so that memory, that triggered,
Trigger.
and he had medical issues.
Medical issues.
So can you imagine? So I request all my teachers, whomever I train,
Yes.
that do not
Um,
be strict with the students. You
mean,
try to understand them. They are, I should say, divine.
Divine.
They actually understand. See, you have to counsel them why studying is important, and if
Yes.
studying is important, these kind of stresses will be there. How to overcome that is to be taught by the
Exactly.
educators.
Exactly. Okay, ma'am. So my next question is, how can students balance academic success with maintaining good mental health? And what role can educators play in promoting a balanced approach to learning and well-being?
Yeah, so basically, I would say again, the educator should have a meeting with the students timely, maybe once in a week or something.
Yes.
And see, being an educator, being a teacher, being a lecturer, the teacher knows which student has what problem,
Yes.
which student lies where, stands where.
Yes.
So the teachers should pick up those students wherein he feels that, yeah, this particular student needs some attention, or maybe needs some counseling.
Some
So
counseling.
that can be done. Secondly, they should have some GD kind of a thing in the class, school,
Group
in the class,
discussion
group
and
discussion,
yes.
wherein no particular, see, say for example, if you have an essay competition, or so the student has to stand on the stage alone
Stage alone.
and has to speak.
Speak.
So there his confidence level will not rise.
Right.
Maybe rise, eventually
But
it will.
yes.
But if you have a GD session wherein he knows that he is not being noticed,
Noticed.
so he will speak. Maybe he may
Yes.
speak wrong, but this is how he will start
Try.
developing his
Yes.
confidence.
Skills.
Because
Yes.
this I have tried it, because when I take up my sessions, so I do this GD kind of thing, or I just pick up one topic and just say that let us speak, whoever want to speak, whatever, so nobody will be judged.
Yes.
So I, because I want everyone to speak whether it is right or wrong, so that they know that, yeah, their speech or their words
Absolutely.
value,
Yes.
not for anybody but value
For
to them.
yourself. Yes.
That is more important.
More important.
So these things the educators can do, and also they can have a short trip kind of a thing. They
Yeah.
can, take them to some amusement
Some
area where they can discuss
yes,
anything. They can
yes,
show something,
show something.
or and they can have this meditation classes.
Meditation classes.
So that also can help
Helpful.
them a lot.
Thank you so much, ma'am. There are so many things still to ask and to learn from you. Thank you so much for your valuable words once again.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, my next question is, what are some healthy coping mechanisms students can use to manage stress? And how can parents and educators support the development of these coping strategies?
See, on their personal level, see, a few minutes back, I just told you about how the educators can help, how the parents can help. Now, on the personal level, the students have to understand that whether they are in stress or not. Now, one point over here I would like to mention, that students, out of fear, say that I am in stress. On the personal level, the
Okay.
student has to understand that yes, actually, I am in stress, or the pressure of the particular completing the project or the education system is taking a toll on me. So the student should feel free to accept it, first of all. Second, should also feel free to talk to somebody, maybe the mentor, maybe the educator, maybe the class teacher, maybe any of the senior, maybe any of his friends, so that he can do. Secondly, he should start exercising, because when any person is in stress, okay, what happens is cortisol in the body releases. And if the cortisol is not used, so what happens, it accumulates in the body and it gives diseases. So to use up the cortisol, we need to exercise. So if we do not exercise, imagine the cortisol, every day we have stress, we are driving, and on the highway also, if there is, the signal is red, and then you say, oh my god, go flip, we say, oh flip, stress. So stress is every minute in our life. If we are getting late, that is stress. If there is a pressure on the student about completing the project, that is stress. To be on time to catch the bus for college, that is stress.
So
To
maybe
get
it
ready,
sounds that they should, like, make a perfect timetable, right?
absolutely, they should be organized. They
Organized.
should know what is important, and they shouldn't waste their time in social media, because I've seen most of the students these days, they are busy. Of course, social media is a boon for students, because we get a lot of material there. We have so many things that we can actually learn from that. But only if your finger goes here and not here, then it is a problem. you know so yeah, you should be updated by the current affair and everything. You should be socially active, definitely. But at the same time,
There should
make
be
a
a thin
timetable,
line.
make a timetable, and there should be a deadline. Okay. So now,
Yes.
for example, if you have this particular topic which has been completed in the college or school, so you know that after this is going to happen, this is a particular project I have to submit. So why not do it beforehand? I tell my students, just do it beforehand. I mean, it's like you have to be proactive to avoid the stress.
Definitely, it will like hamper the entire schedule.
Yes, yes,
There will be a
definitely.
like baggage now. We are running out of like time, so we have to complete it now only.
Yes, yes. So yeah, if you, and then it will be fun. Then otherwise it will be a burden. See, anything if you're doing it out of stress and pressure, that becomes a burden. But anything that you do with properly organizing everything, and with a proper time, so it's like fun. Otherwise, then it becomes difficult. So these are the factors the students should take care of.
And now, ma'am, my second question is like, how does technology, especially social media, now we were like talking about that only, so contribute to our alleviate the stress experienced by students? Are there any digital tools or platforms that can positively impact on students' mental health?
Positively, yes, there are many apps available. There are many digital platforms available wherein you can, actually be actually calms yourself down. You have this meditation sessions happening on YouTube, so you can, take a session once a week or what, and however you feel. So that again can calm you down. As I told you, that social media definitely plays a major role in a student's life, because without social media, or without, I should say, and what do you say, what is this called, box, without this box, life is very, very impossible.
It is kind of the life is like stop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this has to be there, and everyone should be updated about all the technologies, because nowadays technology, and in future also, I'm sure or most of the paperwork will be less, and only the technology and this box is going to work for us. So yes, we should be updated, we should be aware of all this, but then the students again should be counseled time and again by the parents, by should be monitored by the parents, monitored by the educators, so that they are not overusing the gadgets.
Okay. So means for students, the mental health is like more important.
Of
It is
course.
very crucial, and we have to make them strong from starting.
Yeah, one more thing I would like to add over here, that the gadgets that we use,
Hmm.
and during Corona, of course, this was so helpful
So helpful.
because online classes and everything from in schools and
Everything.
colleges
Yes.
were conducted.
Yes.
So there is one thing that I would like everyone to know, that there are some rays that emits from the gadgets, and these rays are harmful
Harmful.
because it
Exactly.
is toxic.
Toxic.
So
Yes.
it affects your eyes, it
Mm.
affects your brain,
Brain.
it also affects your serotonin level, it
Yes.
affects your sleeping cycle, it affects your circadian system, cycle of
Yes.
the body.
Yes.
So yes, you should be using it, but make sure that in between you should have some gap,
Gap.
or maybe you just blink your eyes.
Right.
I have gotten patients who have dry eyes
Oh.
by constantly using this. Doctors have advised them to stop using the gadgets.
Oh my God.
you know
Mm.
so yes, in acupressure we have a lot many
Okay.
therapies to deal with it.
Okay.
So I would suggest the students to just, whenever you're using, and then I'm sure you have to use it because you have to make projects, you have to make
Yes.
so many things. So
Exactly.
why not give a break, blink your eyes.
Yes.
Don't continuously read in the gadget like this without blinking. That is very dangerous.
Yes.
All right, so just blink your eyes in
Yes.
between after a couple of minutes.
So,
So
ma'am, how many hours like students they are supposed to use such kind of gadgets? Because it sounds very, you know, dangerous. I mean, they are losing their eyesight, they are losing, their peace. They are in like in such stress.
yeah. Yes.
Mm.
So see, it depends because I would say that everyone, not only the students, everyone, we are all dependent on
So,
gadgets
get
because everything is there in the gadgets.
gadgets.
Like, for example, if I have to, uh, you know, design my dress, for example, so
Yes.
that I can get
Get it.
online.
Customized one. Yes,
Customer,
you
everything
can.
I can get
Yes.
online, and I can even place an order online. We have
Yes.
online shopping,
Yes, yes.
like
E-commerce is like best for this.
e-commerce. So see, it's not, we cannot restrict that only so many hours you have
Hours.
to use the gadgets. No,
Okay.
you have to see that how you can use it for longer time as well as be safe.
Be safe.
So blink your eyes in
Okay.
between.
All right. Wow, ma'am.
And you have this night mode also in the
Yes,
gadget.
it is
Use
there.
that.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope the students they will follow such things. So, ma'am, my last question is: what advice would you give to the students facing high levels of academic stress? And how can parents and educators collaborate to create a supportive environment for the students?
As I told you that the parents and the teachers, they have to meet with each other, or the parents should inquire about the students, like how is he or she doing in the
Yeah.
class, and even the educators should ask the parents, like, why is he behaving like this? What happened to him? Why is he sounding emotionally weak? Is there any problem in the house? So if they collaborate with each other, so they can give better education to the students, to the child, and also they can see to it that they are confident enough and emotionally balanced. So this the educators and the parents, they can do
Yeah.
along with each other. Secondly, at home, the parents should make sure that the child has come from the college or school and is always I'm like already in so much of
So
stress,
much
and then
strength.
taking the bus and traveling and is
Yeah.
all like
All the way.
haphazard
Yes.
and
Yes.
tired and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So but then when the child comes, the parent has all the do's and don'ts
Do.
ready,
Yes.
and they just keep on shooting the child. Oh my
I
god.
got your point
So
now.
no, please
Mm.
just let them relax.
Relax.
They are human beings,
Beings, not machines.
yeah,
Yes.
not machines. I mean, like, I feel very sad for them. I feel very pity on the children who, like, and definitely this is, what the mother does. And when the father comes, he has another set of
Another.
rules. He will say, "Oh, come on, you come here. Okay, so why did you get this 50%?"
That's true, ma'am. This is it is
That is,
true. Yes.
it really takes a
Mm,
toll on the
totally.
mental health. Let me tell you. I mean, like, you have to be very, very careful. So this is what the parents can do.
Yeah.
Educators, as I told you, that yes, they should have a separate
Yes.
conversation with them.
Yeah.
keep a counseling session every week or 15 days accordingly, whatever the atmosphere is in the
House or
school or
school.
college.
Mm.
And that's it.
So, ma'am, this parents, like, how we can change their tendency? What kind of like tendency they are like keeping from so long? How we can change that?
By counseling them, there is no other
Counseling.
method. We cannot
Yes.
change the parents because they are brought up in a certain way.
Yes.
The students now, they are of a different mentality. They cannot live like them, and the students cannot live like them.
Yeah.
So there is a gap here, there is a bridge here. So we need to
To
counsel
fill.
the parents,
Yeah.
and also we need to counsel the students that look here, they have come from a particular background wherein you need to have a middle path. You need to understand their values. You need to understand what they say. Maybe the way they want you to do is different, but then what they want is better for you.
Yes.
You understand what I mean?
They have to deliver in a right way.
In a, yeah,
They-
right way.
they
And the
can get it.
students also should understand that their intention is definitely
Definitely right.
right. Only
But
the way they deliver can be
maybe it can be harsh. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got to know one thing, that we should not humiliate the student.
Never ever, never ever.
Yes.
That is too bad,
Too bad.
because that lingers on whole of the life. And I have treated many patients. I'll tell you that they faced medical issues, and they were not confident. They used to be irritated because see, the as you told me that you asked me a question like how
Yes.
chronic stress affects.
Exactly. Yes,
So
ma'am.
when they grow up, so they become irritated. You must have noticed that out of 40 students in the class,
Yes.
some students are very happy-go-lucky
Happy.
persons,
Yes.
and some students are very irritable,
Shy.
yeah,
very-
irritable,
yeah,
shy, and some people they are fighter cocks.
Yes.
They fight a lot.
Fight a lot.
Just small little issue and they start fighting.
will-
Some students
Bang,
they have
they
this,
will
yeah.
burn.
So like why like 40 students are different
Different.
because of the upbringing that
Upbringing, what
they have faced.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One last tip I would like to give to
Yes.
the all the
Students.
listeners here.
Okay. I'm the
That
one.
whenever you are in stress and you kind of you don't know what to do, so this is a very beautiful and easy method. So what you need to do is just shut your eyes. Okay, so for example, now I have this something coming up, and then like I'm too much stressed. Okay, so what do we do? Just shut your eyes. Okay, sit quietly, shut your eyes, take a deep breath through your nose and blow it out through your mouth. I would like you also to do it. Take a deep breath through your nose and blow. And this we have to do 3 times, okay? So,
All right.
and relax. All right?
Yes.
All the best.
Thank you so
Take
much,
care.
ma'am, once again.